You're trying to do what I'm trying to do, you gotta work hard. Trying to do what people have never fucking done before, Danny.
Truck guy, if you can call it a truck.
First of all, that's super rude. Second of all, just lover of all cars. No cars to be discriminated in any way. I want to try something a little new. But as you can tell, I own none of these. And I'm more of a renter of life.
You know, we're going in today, we have an 8-mile tempo. We have a huge session on Friday, so it's making sure that we can get this tempo in and it not affect Friday too much. But we need to get that stimulus in of like over 40 minutes worth of tempo work, and it will be around about that 5-minute pace. Maybe start a little bit slower and finish a little bit faster, but just trying to sustain that and not push it over the red line too much. You're trying to do what I'm trying to do, you gotta work hard. Trying to do what people have never fucking done before, Danny. During this kind of process of the world record attempt, like this whole camp, where our big thing was to dig into like the small 1%. And so in the more recent years, there's kind of been these altitude simulations, so the altitude tents, if you've seen those. And then more recently, the nicer upgrade is to do the full room. And so we kind of did some research and found the company Box Altitude, and they were able to come out about 3 months ago and convert my bedroom into an altitude room. So what we did is we sealed the doors and all the windows and all the vents, got a split system AC unit in there, and then it starts to pull out the oxygen and pump in, I think it's CO2. I mean, there's technical stuff to it, but you know, I'm sure Rico can tap on that a little bit. But overall, I'm sleeping at around 8,500, 8,000 feet, whereas my bedroom actually originally sits at about 5,500 feet. So getting around 3,000 feet, it can go a lot higher. I think we just found that as a sweet spot right now for our overall training, but still being able to get the recovery in as well. My tempos in particular, we've seen a lot more, being able to kind of sustain that kind of 5-minute range a little bit longer. And so again, there is some small benefits that you can kind of keep an eye on along the way, but you have to look pretty closely. But from a short-term standpoint, our strength is just getting better. There's a lot of benefits to sleeping higher and training lower. It's kind of a tale of pastime where you want to live up in the mountains, you want to train down as low as you can. And I think Albuquerque is a great height where it's really actually pretty good to train at all year round. It's similar to like a boulder, but something like Flagstaff is a bit higher. So the cool thing with something a bit higher like Flagstaff is that you can train at, or you can sleep at 7,500 feet, 7,000 feet, but you can go and train down at like 3,000 feet. So we're trying to get that in a little bit with sleeping at 8.5 and then also coming down to train at 5. So we're getting kind of a little bit more of those blood adaptations that you would get at higher altitude, but only really doing it fakely in the bedroom. So I'm in there around 12 hours a day, which is a lot of the time. So I'll go in there around 8 p.m., 7:30 to 8 p.m. at night, and then come out around 6 a.m. And then I'll go in again from 2 to 4 p.m. or whatever's left of that 12 hours for that kind of mid-afternoon nap. I'll do some red light in there, and having the whole room makes a huge difference because you can just live in there like it would be a regular day. And that's just been a huge like bonus for us. And we're doing bloods every kind of 3 weeks or so to make sure that we're not overdoing it, getting the recovery in and things like that. But it's, yeah, I think it's a game changer. I do think there's not many parts of my scheduling and daily routine that can get much tighter. But I do think these are the kind of small 1% that we can just make sure that we're getting right. And big thanks to Box Altitude for helping get that set up out there. And yeah, we're already seeing the benefits and being able to track it with the Amazfit sleep score, and just making sure that I'm getting the right recovery in and turning up to these sessions. As you see, it's going extremely well, and so can't complain. great. I just didn't have to do anything. So that's nice. Great pacing. We actually got a little bit of shade too, so I think overall, like, that's the kind of box tick for that kind of longer tempo stuff. It's just, doesn't need to be much faster than that. This time of season, it was probably average just under 5-minute pace for the whole thing. It's like a 39:50 something. So yeah, I mean, it's hot, so it's nice to get a little bit of shade, a little bit of help the e-bike, just vibing out. So that's kind of normally what our kind of basic days look like, and it's not like the flashiness of a Friday workout, but this is the stable stuff that we need to keep putting in, and I think what kind of gets you through a bit the season and making sure you're strong enough to run race after race and be able to put some sessions together in a block. So yeah, really happy with that. You know, a little bit mundane work, but that's the real stuff that's behind the scenes that we don't always show. So hopefully that was entertaining enough for you guys to watch, but also just knowing that this is what it takes to be one of the best milers in the world. And you know, that basic work has got better for me over the last 10 years or so. But you know, 10 years ago I couldn't run 8 miles at 5:30, so you know, be able to have an easy one at 8 miles at 5 flat is exactly what I was looking for today. So great day.
This is why I have a videographer. This is so difficult. Let's see if Julian uses any of this. If this is in the video, I'm gonna be so proud. Just know that. This is gonna be a big moment for me. The shower's on the background. I'm sure everyone's gonna hate the noise of that. I do have the mic on, that might work. This is all I got. I'm good at running. That's all I have.